Hey guys, this is a podcast about stuff, about the boys, about the biggity boys. I am kind of a host, kind of not a host. My name is Chicago, but you can call me Vaughn. Um, and I am here with some of my friends that are also hosts. I'll let them introduce themselves, and we'll kind of get into talking about what we're doing here.
You go first, Neb.
All right. Hi. I am Ned. I am what they call the goofball of the group, and I hope we have some entertaining conversations on the podcast.
Oh,
No fun.
Oh,
Hey, this is getting weird.
that's a good end.
okay.
That's a good end.
Recover, you're up next, buddy.
Okay, I'm Recover, aka Tyler. You know, I'm the friendly guy. Everybody knows me. I'm a really loud
Okay.
idiot,
Time out.
as I'd like to say. Really loud idiot. Kind of quiet at the moment, but you know, really loud idiot.
All right.
And you're saving the best for last, right?
Shut up. Just
Let me
fucking
just
speak.
flex a little bit. All right, never
I'm the
mind.
friendly guy. Shut up.
Okay, go ahead. Go ahead.
Hi, my name is Nix. My real name is Andrew, and I'm the music guy of the group.
Look at that.
Does that mean we all have to do
He's
our real
like,
names?
he's like, uh, he's like, hey, my name's Andrew. I'm 19, and I have a bit of a sensitive side. Uh, so
Hi, my name is
I like
Andrew.
to
I'm 19. I don't know how to fucking read.
when it's raining. I like
Everyone-
to I like to open my window and just listen to the sound of the rain.
okay, all right,
Dude,
we're getting off
what
track.
the hell?
Just to clarify for everybody listening in, this is the Boys Area podcast. It's going to be a podcast with a group of our friends that have been friends for a really long time. Some of us up to about 8 to 9 years now. We all met in gaming, so through gaming communities, through games themselves, whatever it may be, we've all met through gaming. So we wanted to kind of highlight that and talk about our experiences within gaming communities, but also like share some stories about how we met and how it's kind of blossomed this great friendship that we have now. So we have a good group of guys that we've been able to hang out with and share stories with. And me and Recover actually had the opportunity to meet in real life in Vegas. It was lit.
It was lit.
um
I wish
so
Andrew could go, but
we So, yeah, I mean, what gaming can do for you in terms of friendships and relationships or whatever that may be is limitless. So, yeah, but I guess I don't know. I don't want to talk the whole time. So, if anybody wants to share a story about how they met somebody else in here, feel free.
well, I mean, it's kind of awkward because you and me have kind of already like said our thing. Nev, it's your turn, buddy. It's your turn to speak.
All right. I think the first time I think I met both you, Chicago, and Recover at the same time, and then Nick's a little later. I think
Yeah, he was grabbing the strap on. Yeah, that's right.
yeah,
He came into the
yeah,
room first. He was a little later, like 30
yeah.
minutes.
I was clenched
Yeah,
with
sorry, I am
anticipation.
fashionably late.
I think it was when we were playing Black Ops 2. When I think
Best game ever.
Advanced Warfare came out. I think.
Okay.
Where we were not doing a tournament, but we met a little bit, but we never really had a conversation. But then we were doing headhunters, and I wanted to play, so I started talking to y'all. Uh, which then led to us winning the tournament, and just being chaotic and doing stupid jokes along the way.
For any of you out there that don't know what Headhunters is, it's a system that, if done right, is actually really effective and really fun. It's just competitive gameplay against other people. But it was often poorly ran inside of the KSI that we were a part of. So
Except
most
for when
times
we went, except for when we went undefeated in
uh,
NW. Just saying.
Headhunters um, was a task for sure. But I think that Um, that was a long time ago. Black Ops 2 came out in what, like 2012, 2013?
Yeah, I think
So
so.
Yeah. Headhunters all around was a very good experience. I think the last good season we had was when Call of Duty World War II was out, which is when I actually started to get good at COD and like start carrying rather than being bottom of the leaderboard with y'all.
Calling us bad.
Then
I think he is.
what? No, I was saying
You
I
can
was
take it on
bad.
BO2 right now and smack your shit.
Maybe. Never
Wait.
know.
No, this is awkward now.
I think he.
Uh,
wait,
but
alright.
then all of the good people went to WD1 division and just slap boxed like it was no competition.
Slapbox. You heard it here first, folks.
The boxes.
I met of the group. I met Recover first.
Okay, going.
Recover and I met in a squad named Hypnos LW. I had the fortunate opportunity to return to KSI and join into LW under Hypnos because there was a gentleman by the name of Ascend that was looking to move his way up the ranks. And he was like, hey, I need somebody to take over for me. So I'm going to mentor you, train you up, and you're going to be the gen of this squad. So that's what happened. We just kind of continued to work on the squad and we got built up and I became gen. Recover became one of my officers. So I got to work closely with Recover for a long time in terms of Hypnos. And then we just kind of, built a friendship outside of just the squad itself. So we would, play games. We would kind of hang out, outside of just like having to do like recruiting and stuff like that.
No, you mean just like because I didn't recruit for. Oh, to be fair, I did recruit when it first started.
And yeah, I think it was overall it was a pretty good experience. I met Nick's second. So out of the three, I met Nick's or Andrew, I met him second. I met him in DR. So I had I had plenty of times where I left and came back into KSI, just to clarify. So when I say, oh yeah, I left and came back into DR, you understand that like I left and joined a lot. So I'm not ashamed of it, but I understand that, that's the decision I made. But in terms of coming back, I went into DR, got to work with this absolute legend in the community called KSI X the King 7, which I think he's CEO now of KSI.
Sure.
So I got to work with him. And he kind of just, mentored me, gave me an opportunity when most divisions didn't want to, and I completely respect why they didn't. But I got the opportunity to become the gen of my own squad. It was Zenith DR, and we were able to split that squad. Me with the help of another individual who I will not name, and I will not give any credit. But anyways, I became a co-founder. I got the opportunity to work with my main man Nix over here. He was an officer in another one of the squads in the division, and I think that it was me, Recover, and him, and another guy we have that we've been friends with for a long time named Soap, as well as Nova, or he was named Ninja back then. But we all kind of just hung out and played like a lot of like Call of Duty, Rocket League. There was a big Rocket League kick back then, so we played a lot of Rocket League as well, and we just kind of hung out, man. Nix has always been kind of like the quiet one of the group, and we kind of just like, I don't think that he consensually agreed to joining the friend group. We kind of just took him in. We were like, you're with us now, and he's been
like
with us ever since.
You know the scene of like Guardians in the Galaxy when they walk in. This here is our booty. Yep, that's how we felt.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean,
you're our booty. Get used to it, buddy.
And then at the time of DR, when I became a co-founder, there was another person in that division that I was in a relationship with at the time that was also like in leadership. So I had to, when the division went to split, I basically had to transfer to a whole different division altogether. because I was disagreeing with some of the leadership in DR, so I couldn't stay in DR. But then I couldn't go to the new division because the girl I was dating at the time was going to the new division. So I had to get transferred. So I got transferred to LW, and that's when I got introduced to Neb. I came in straight as a co-founder, was able to help out. I was in there with a guy named Gary, and I got the opportunity to meet Neb, and I think that me and Neb kind of hit it off immediately just because when we finally did start talking, we have like a very like joking, chaotic energy, and instead of like just kind of going silent when one person makes a joke, we build off of each other and we just keep going and going and going until the whole rest of the party is either laughing or gone. So it's one or the other. Either the party's having a great time with us, Neb, or they are all
Oh,
gone.
they hate
And-
us. Yeah.
Yeah, and it's just us left in the party. Hello.
Anyone still there?
We can make that
So-
happen again if you guys want to. But I mean,
But yeah, I think I mean a majority of it has just been people thinking that I'm kind of like the leader of the group, but I think that everybody has had their own moments where they kind of like make decisions and help out the group. But I think that the main thing that's kind of kept us around each other so long, especially with like trying to start communities or trying to be a part of other communities or whatever, the reason why we've stuck together in terms of our friend group is because we've all had like that mutual understanding and respect for each other, and like we got to know each other outside of just video games. So I know a lot about what's going on with Nick's life, and I know a lot about what's going on with Recover's life, and good and bad, whatever it may be. So, and they know what's going on with my life as well. So, and same thing with Neb. So, I think that we've like really grown as a friend group to where now it's a little bit more than just gaming, and you don't really think that that's going to be the case when you just get recruited into a community, but things can turn.
gonna make me cry.
I'm already crying.
No, but like if you guys actually like think back to it, like when you first
No, it
joined,
is true. It is true.
you
completely,
did not
100%.
expect anything like this at
No.
all.
Absolutely not.
I thought I was gonna just be a little shithead just running around the community.
I mean,
I
being
was
an
a
asshole.
shithead. I was
Well, to
15
be fair, I
when
still
did
am a
it.
shithead, but I mean, yeah.
in high school, I really didn't have a lot of friends. I had a few friends, but I didn't really have many friends. And then after high school, we just kind of stopped talking. So then I mainly just kind of focused on gaming and just trying to find people that I can be around who I get along with and share the same interests with me. And lo and behold, I found you beautiful bastards, and now here we are. It's
I mean,
been
bastard.
Yeah, like that's
but
how I joined.
okay. Don't focus on the beautiful part, all right?
Okay. Thank you.
I'm always beautiful.
And
Uh,
just know, guys, that I'm very happy to have met you, and have known you.
Sorry, hold on.
He said, I need to get a tissue.
I get a tissue, but I'm not crying.
I've kind of like in high school and whatnot. I've always kind of like not been like I've kind of like had like somewhat of like the popular side. I'm pretty much like everybody kind of knows me. I haven't really been like out on the outskirts like you guys have, and it's like it's different seeing like your guys' point of view of things, and then from what mine is, it's completely different, and it really opened my eyes to a lot of shit, like a lot of shit, like depression. That's like the biggest thing, because when you're
Yeah.
by yourself out there, you're fucking lonely. I don't know how the fuck y'all can do that.
That happened with me is in middle school I was very popular. I was very energetic and outgoing. But then some personal stuff happened. I didn't live with my mom or my dad. I started living with my aunt. So I had to transfer schools. It was the end of my first high school year, which I didn't know anyone there, so I wasn't really that energetic. And so I transferred schools. My only friends were basically my cousin, my sister, and my twin brother. And then I had a few other friends who I was sus as fuck with, who, I'm sus as fuck with y'all, so I think it may have started there.
Don't
But
know if that's a good thing or a bad thing.
that's how I
You've never been
joined.
sus with me ever. I don't even know what
Ever.
you're talking about.
I don't know what sus means.
Can I be honest with you, dude? I had no
Yeah.
idea you had a fucking twin brother until like the other day when you brought up that story.
Yeah.
Facts. Neither did I.
It blew my mind. You were talking to me about this post, and you were like, "Yeah, I was posting about my twin brother because he's like gone right now, and somebody thought he was dead." And I was just like,
Yeah.
"A
You're-
twin? Can we rewind? A twin?"
Yeah. We're not identical. We're fraternal. He's
Hey.
blonde, but
Y'all both sexy, so
Wait, wait. Question: do you guys both have the big foreheads?
yeah,
Okay.
yeah, it runs in the family. My dad's
Oh,
bald as
okay.
fuck.
Oh yeah.
Tyler's
but-
just disrespectful.
Yeah, so I didn't have many friends in high school, but I played a lot of Destiny, and I was pretty good at Destiny. I was a little shithead where I just ran around with a shotgun and World of Dawn, a bubble, if you know Destiny,
I hate.
where I met a few guys named Claymore, Executional, and Soldier, where I met them, and I was very nervous, right? I'm a very shy person. I'm sure now y'all don't think that because I slowly open up to people. And I just don't talk to people if I don't like them.
Like a
So
Venus
y'all are
flytrap.
fucking lucky. Yeah.
Wait, are we lucky though? Like,
Not
I'm really
really,
like,
no.
are we lucky?
Recover.
You're very lucky. We are very lucky. What's up? Huh?
Who's the first person to ever recruit you into a gaming community?
What?
Honestly, I'm gonna be 100 with you guys. I don't
Okay.
remember his name.
You need
Can't
something?
remember.
Unbelievable. Nix, what about you?
I mean,
So I first joined KSI. I think it was freshman year in high school. It was in art class. One of my friends, his name was Sage. It was a guy. He was like, "Yo, I joined this sweet community where I have people to play with." And this was in Black Ops 2, and like Black Ops 2 is my favorite Call of Duty. So like, oh shit, I want to game with people. So he's like, "All right, bet I'll get you in there." And then my friend recruited me into KSI, and that's when I first joined KSI.
that's so fucking.
Really, now that you're thinking about it, the
Sage?
very first time that I joined,
Mhm.
and it was actually I did it like because I was underage at the time. I think I joined when I was like 11, 12 years old. Like I was just starting middle school. I think I was into .com, and it was my friend Miles that got me in.
Probably-
But like
yeah,
I don't
probably
remember
maybe
for
around
sure
there.
because it's like almost a decade ago. So it could be I remember changing my name because I had my Xbox go bad, and I remember changing my name onto on because I was in a BO2 lobby, and I remember seeing it say KSI, and I was like, "Hey, can you recruit me?" Because I used to be there and whatnot. I remember like the name, and then from there we kind of hung out, and that's when I joined Hypnos right around that time.
Yeah. I was just like, man, I wish I had people to play with. You know, like if only there was some kind of group that I could be with.
If only there was a group of gamers that were a
If only
part
there
of
was
a
a group
community
with,
focused
you know,
on providing a fun and safe environment for
I don't really have any friends to be with. It sure would be great if I had people to play with and talk to and help.
I was
And it
recruited
took
by
3 days of doing that.
KSI Uchiha God. He was the most entertaining person I've ever heard in my entire life. He was hilarious. We were in a BO2 lobby, and I remember he was on the same team as me, because me and Kevin, you guys should know Kevin. Me and Kevin were playing. Kevin is a close family friend of mine. He was a friend of mine for a really long time. We were playing Black Ops 2, and this guy comes into our lobby, and he was like real energetic, and every 3 words was bro. It was hilarious. Me and Kevin were dying. We had to keep muting our mics because we were just laughing so hard. But he would come in and he'd be like, hey bro, he's over here, bro. And it was just comedy gold. But he ended up hitting us up after that game, brought us in, and we spent like we joined because we wanted to be a part of Headhunters. Like that's the only reason we joined KSI at first, is because we wanted to just beat people in BO2 because we were really freaking good at it. And that's what we did for a long time. We were part of Headhunters for Sparta LE. And we just ran shit for a really long time in Headhunters. And then I started kind of focusing on wanting to work my way up the ranks, and Kevin decided that, communities weren't really for him. So he hopped out and I started working my way up, and thankfully I stuck with it because I met you guys. So if I hadn't have stuck with it, or if I was just a headhunter person, then I probably wouldn't have met you guys in the same capacity. So
Man, it's
Time
crazy to
after
think
that.
where we would be now if like even one little deviation from what happened,
all right.
there's a chance that
Probably
we
be
might not
happy.
have ever met. Well,
Time.
I don't know
He
about
said
that.
one deviation, and I swear to God, I'd be happy.
If I didn't get that Wendy's fucking bulb and bulgur today.
All right,
First of
maybe
all,
maybe not like that. Maybe like that. I don't
Wendy
think
is a
that had anything
dime.
to do with.
I had Wendy's today.
Oh, did
That
you?
shit
I
slaps,
did.
yo.
You guys both
Wendy,
had Wendy's today?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm not having
Wendy
Wendy's
Wendy's
today.
is
with them
What did you
freckles,
get,
bro.
Tyler?
I got a junior bacon cheeseburger with a bacon large fries.
and cheeseburger.
I got the bulb and bulgur. It's new. It's basically a bacon cheeseburger, but you know the fried onion rings? They
Yeah.
have the fried parts, but not the onions inside of it. And they put that on it, and then they put a little bit of barbecue sauce on it, I think.
Oh yeah,
Would hope so. It's called the bourbon. No, okay, buddy.
a little bourbon burger, huh?
Sorry, that's really
Burby
weird.
burger.
Now you remember
I
that
was
time
hoping there's
Chicago
alcohol in it.
when we were on AW and we were slaying shit until
AW is my best card.
He's like,
you
you
obviously
remember that?
Chicago.
You remember that time that's gonna piss you off? Yeah, I do.
Did it piss you off?
We had the longest win streak in KSI Headhunters history. Note it down, gentlemen. I'm confident in saying that on a podcast.
So am I.
Our AW team won a lot of games. I'll have to go back and look at it. It's still on
At
the
least
KSI
3
forums.
times.
At least 3, if
And
not,
when
we
it
were in the process of winning a 4th. Anyways, we were on a long streak, and there was something that happened at like a meeting. I tried to take the rap for it. I don't even remember the whole story, but essentially I tried to take the rap for something that happened at a meeting, and the the person above me at the time was like, "No, you're not going to take the rap for it. We're going to punish you guys, but not the squad, because it was a squad thing that happened." Instead, he decided to punish our headhunters team and make us forfeit a game, so we lost our win streak. Which, when you're, I don't know, 17, 18, at the peak of your testosterone in high
At least
school,
3
I
to
think
4.
that last
and
game, who was it? King B had just dropped a nuke.
yeah, so King B had, well, yeah, he had dropped the nuke in the last event that we played, but we had played a couple of just like regular matches since then, and he made us forfeit the one against Constantine, and that's why it hurt so much, because Constantine was like really on our ass talking shit about us the entire fucking time. Like we were so mad and built up and ready to beat them on BO2, because they wanted us to go over to BO2, and we were like, bet you can get to work any game. And then like the day before the match, he was like, you guys are going to forfeit. We're going to give Constantine the dub. And we were like pissed. I think that me and Recover showed offline for the next like 3 weeks. I don't think I talked to Ascend a single day after that for like 3 weeks. Because, I mean, again, when you're like 17, you have all that testosterone building up, you're ready to beat the heck out of somebody in a BO2 lobby, and then somebody says that we're forfeiting your team. Yeah, you're pretty pissed.
Right.
But
Actually, that's one of the reasons I stopped playing Headhunters. I stopped playing in Black Ops 4, but I started getting pissed off at it in World War II. Which like this actually happened. Like I had people. His name is Bio. He was one of the good people that
Oh, yeah.
transferred to one division to Slapbox and just no contest. They built that whole division to combat me. Like, they said that. They're just like, we're just not going to let you win because I would get the most kills in the whole season while Adam Gen would get the best KD. And I
Adam
think the best
Ekstrom was
skull.
nasty though.
Yeah, he was pretty good.
Pretty good. Okay.
And then Black Ops Fall, we DW, which was a division that LW and DL merged together to make, simply did not have good players. They had good players, but they weren't on the Headhunters team. They didn't want to play. So it was basically me and then a few people whose KDs were like a 0.6, 0.7, and mine was like a 0.2, a 2.8, some shit. We just could not. Our win ratio was, I think, like a 0.24. It was like not fucking good, and it just got to a point
no.
where I just couldn't play anymore.
No me gusta. My highest
Mm,
competitive
stop.
point. My highest competitive point in KSI and my lowest point in competitive KSI both happened in BO2. And the lowest one was when we had to forfeit that game. The highest one was when we won, what was it, Turkey Bowl or whatever we won
Yeah.
on BO2. That was like perfect. Picture perfect. You
Mhm.
couldn't have written it better. Like it felt like it was a whole story. Like it was insane. It was incredible.
Right.
Maybe you
So,
carried that game, right?
I mean,
The final?
me and you carried that whole time, that whole series, the whole event we carried. Yeah. Yeah, we played with I mean, it don't matter now because we got the straight W, but we played with because you had to have two people in KS with KSI in their name and two people without. So we had two of our friends go on alt accounts to act like they were KSI members, and they played with us and we smacked them. I mean, to be fair, Spot was on our team at that point, and Spot was in KSI, but he had KSI in his name, so he went over to an alt account, played, and then our friend Kevin played, but he didn't have KSI in his name. He was just straight up, but he wasn't in KSI either. Like we just added him to the list and like threw him on the CM. I think I
That's
threw him on the
insane.
CMS for like a day.
I didn't get a chance
Mhm.
to play that series.
Another huge problem that was with Headhunters, and it really became evident around Black Ops 4, like before I stopped, is they would announce events for like Tokyo Bowl Spirit Week, and people would go into very sweaty lobbies and be like, "Hey, there's a tournament on this day," and like recruit him on that day just so they could win, and then they would leave.
LS.
Yeah, it was LS. LS would do that shit like crazy, like with Halo and shit.
We did that. No, did it with Rocket League too. If you go back,
Oh yeah.
I think it was 2017. You could see me and his name's Kyle. Kyle was dumb tired. We damn near beat those dudes. Those dudes weren't even a part of KSI.
Mm-hmm. And that was a huge problem in
My
just
name is
Headhunters and events.
Kyle, bro.
Like, Kyle was lit
People who
though.
drink
Kyle was
Monster.
nasty at Rocket League.
It's a good time. Yeah, man. I think that overall, there's just a lot of things that can happen in a community, and what you can like just friendships you can take out of it, people that you learn, like that you meet, you know, like people that you learn more about. And I mean, I have like an exceptional amount of knowledge in terms of like people's name or life or what's going on with them, for people that I've never actually met in person. So like I
Yeah.
could tell you about some random guy who used to be a third lieutenant in like Impulse TW. You know what I mean? Like it's crazy that like you never actually will know some of these people in real life, but the fact that you can just like share stories about how
Mm-hmm.
you had some of the most fun. And I think that it's a way to be able to kind of take people don't, give credit where credit's due when it comes to communities as much, but like it's a way to be able to kind of like escape from maybe what's going on in your real life, right? So if you have real stuff
Oh,
that's
big
going
time.
on and it's not it's just not going well for you, or if you're feeling down, it's a way to be able to escape from that completely and feel like you're literally in a whole new world for a while, and then just kind of go from there. But it's crazy, honestly.
Yeah.
So
I definitely had some like that. Like when you met Ricardo in Vegas, I went to I went on a trip with King. I went to go see King in New York, but all the people who went, which was it was King lived in New York, and then 3 people met up, including me. I'm not going to say their names because I don't think they would want me to drop names. Maybe we can do a story time with our trips at some point. But I came, I had to wait at the airport for 18 hours because we didn't fly in at JFK. So King was 5 hours away and he had walk. So we waited 10 hours and he drove 5 hours to pick us up and then 5 hours back to drive to the hotel.
Neb, look, I'm gonna be honest with you. That sounds like a horrendous time, but your
Oh, yeah.
your math's all wrong, all wrong.
Yeah.
You
How
said
did-
I'm at
18
least
hours.
3
You
hours.
said 5 hours back, 5 hours there, and you got 10 hours at work. That's not 18, buddy.
Listen. What? Yeah, it's 15.
yeah. And
What?
anyway, yeah. I we went to let me tell you the story, Neb, about Vegas. So we go to Vegas, right?
Mm-hmm.
Which, mind you, also me and Recover had the privilege, I guess, of knowing what each other looked like before we went. So
Dude,
it
there's
wasn't
no
like
way we would have found each other if we didn't know each
it
other.
wasn't like a complete shock. It wasn't like a oh, you don't look anything like you sound like type thing. So we knew what each other looked like, and so it wasn't like a big thing. But when we get there. I was already in the hotel at that point. I had got there the night before. I come downstairs. I meet Tyler. We go up to the room. Like, first we start talking out in the lobby for a little bit, and then we go up to the room. He drops off his stuff, and then we go to get something to eat, right?
Mm-hmm.
So, anyways, fast
Alright.
forward. We can share more stories about Vegas itself, but let's fast forward really quick to the end of Vegas. So on the
Okay.
last day, we wake up real early, right? Because I have to get up early. I have a flight to catch, and Tyler also has a flight to catch, but it's going to be after my flight to catch, like much after my flight to catch. So I get to the airport. I was like, "Yo, I'm gonna go to the airport. Why don't you just like stay in the hotel or whatever? Like not the room, because obviously he has to bring back the keys and stuff. But like just stay in the hotel, and then just go to get an Uber to the airport whenever it's closer to your flight." Nope, homeboy went with me to the airport, and dude was sitting in the airport for how long? Like 5 hours, 6 hours?
So what we got there at like 2 a.m.
Yeah,
I had to leave. My flight took off at I think 2 p.m. that time or Western.
right.
So,
So
a whole lot of 12
anywhere from
hours.
anywhere from like 10 to 12 hours, he was just sitting in an airport. And I
There
was
was
just like,
nothing open. It was dumb empty. I had for breakfast. I had Pringles. For lunch, guess what? I had fucking Pringles. I mean,
Yeah.
the Pringles were fire,
banger.
but
you
you
heard
know,
that? You heard that correctly.
I
The back-to-back Pringle special. I feel you.
back to back.
deluxe. I knew what they look like, luckily, so I had to wait at the airport for 6 hours for them to get me.
Yeah.
And then like
I'm flying back.
yeah.
I'm going home. See ya.
So I waited 6 hours for them to for the other people. Granted, they were already there. They've been there a whole day because I ordered my ticket wrong and it was $500 to change it. Just one day.
Dumbass.
Thank you. So I got there and you could tell it was me. I was wearing space pants and a space jacket, so you could fucking tell it was me. All right. So like I'm on the plane. Right, we're landing like 20 minutes, so I'm on my phone. I'm like, hey guys, I'll be landing around this time. This is the first time I've ever traveled anywhere alone with no one with me. Or no one, I've known. So please be there, because I'm really anxious. I'm gonna need y'all there. They were not there. I tried calling them for like 6 hours, and they were sleeping. I'm not
Yeah.
gonna go into detail, but
You know,
they
it's
just were sleeping.
they was fucking. Anyways,
Yeah, they
you
were fucking. This fucking 4-year-old kept on pulling on my fucking hair when I was there. I was so fucking mad. But the parents were
You have
there, so
long
I
hair
could
then?
just. Yeah, my hair was down to like my shoulder blades.
said he had a space jacket and space pants on, so people definitely would have known it was him. Anybody gets near him, excuse me, I need some space.
All right.
I almost broke. My finger almost got torn off when I was at New York. I
Jesus.
don't know if I've told y'all this story.
No, you have not.
So it was, I think, the second day. I want to say it's the second day. So King, I'm not going to say specifically, but he works at a store, right? So we get an Uber to drive to the store. The other two, they're in the back seat because they don't feel comfortable with the guy in front. So they're just like, yo, Nebby, drive up front, man. Talk to him. So I get in the front seat. We start chatting up. I have a Mountain Dew in my hand because I'm like, oh, I'll take it with me so I have a drink when we go into the store. And what happened was we got to the store, we get out, and so I shut my door, and then my friend shut the door, and my finger got caught in between the doors.
Nope, we're done. We're done with the story. This I don't like
No,
it.
I'm gonna keep talking.
Okay.
And so I'm there, blood is covered my hand, right? And my friend's like, what the fuck are you doing? Meanwhile, the Uber is driving away with my finger stuck in the car. So I'm just sitting there with a Mountain Dew in my hand and my finger stuck, and I'm like, I can't drop my Mountain Dew because then I can't open it and it's gonna get fizzy. What do I do? So I put it on the hood and it falls off immediately. So I'm just sitting there like, well, fuck. Now my Mountain Dew is fucked up. And so I'm like trying to open the door, right? Adrenaline's pumping, my hand fucking hurts. And I open it and the guy's just like, you good? And I look down and he looks down at my hand and it's just fucking destroyed, covered in blood. And he's like, have a good day. And he just drives off. And so my friends were just sitting there like, what are you doing? And I turn around, they see the blood and it's like, oh, that's not good. And so we walk in the store. King comes around, sees that. She's like, hey guys, looks down, sees my mangled fucking finger, and all he says in support of my fucked up finger is, do you want a band-aid? Like,
Sorry, that's fucked up. But
he
it's
was
really
talking
funny.
to his manager or the other coworkers, do you want a band-aid? And I'm sitting there like, motherfucker, one band-aid ain't gonna be enough, right?
You're gonna need two.
And so he's like, go in the bathroom. So we go into the bathroom, and I like fall on the floor immediately. I like almost pass out. I'm in shock, and so they're like, do we want to call the police? And I'm like, no, listen. Give me a paper towel, and so I like put it wrapped it around my hand, and then I chug the Mountain Dew, to get caffeine in me to like snap out of it. And I snapped out of it, got up, and then we walked around and bought cables.
What kind of cables?
So one of our friends came in from the UK. So they needed a traveler's transmitter. Because the like ports aren't the same in the UK. They're different. So she needed something that would, so she could still use electricity with her current shit. I forget what she brought. It was like a phone charger, maybe a laptop, I don't know. And so that's why we went there. Me and the guy didn't really need anything, and we wanted to say hi to King while he was at work.
Nice.
And I proceeded, because I brought my laptop. I know this is a long segment for me to talk, so I do apologize. But I brought my laptop with me. and I started playing World of Warcraft, and it was my left middle finger that got fucked up. So it was a primary key for like WASD, like with all games on PC, right? And every time I moved it, I was in pain, but I wanted to play World of Warcraft, so I didn't care. So I was just sitting there.
I
Fucking-
think you should. I think you should have cared.
I probably should have. I'm gonna be dead ass with you.
But instead, you're being a dumbass, and you decided to do that.
Yeah, and there's that particular story in the New York trip of how my finger almost got torn off.
Question: was it worth it?
Was it like
Was it
going?
injuring his finger worth it?
Yeah, playing World of Warcraft with an injured finger.
Oh, I mean, like, yeah, we weren't really doing anything in the hotel. We were just watching like a UK sitcom because she thought it was funny. And it was like dry British humor, right? Because that's apparently what they
Right.
watch over there.
You
Which
were
I
trying to lay
didn't
the
get
pipe,
it.
is what I'm hearing.
Huh? I didn't. I wasn't trying to lay the pipe.
It's what somebody else was.
Yeah, somebody.
The other
they
dude, or was
were-
it King?
No, it was not King. It was
Oh.
it was a dude. I won't
Well,
name
no
drop.
shit, King is a
because-
dude. I know this.
Oh yeah.
I know
I'm
King's
saying.
ex-girlfriend.
Yeah. We actually all went bowling, and we
Oh,
fucked
God.
up each of our fingers, and we hated it. But it was fun. That was probably the best part. I almost got arrested. Do you guys just want me to like tell the story of New York?
No,
Well,
no, no.
He said, "Do you want me to tell you every detail?" No. Fun fact about bowling, I did that as like my birthday party every year for 7 years straight.
Holy shit!
Jeez.
I don't know why I did it, but it was probably because I didn't know what to pick. So I was like, you know what? All right.
I'm gonna go bowling.
The
I can't
last
bowl
time
anymore.
I went bowling, I was drunk. Oh God. I did so bad. So work decided that they wanted to throw a Christmas party. So like fine, whatever. So we go to the bowling alley town. I had just turned 21 that year. So like I was like, bet I'm gonna drink a little. I bought one drink for myself, and just like the rest of the night, I had my other coworkers come up to me. They were like, "Hey, yo, try this drink." I'm like, "All right." They're like, another one come up, be like, "Hey, try this. It's really good. It's my favorite drink." I'm like, "All right." So by the end of it, I was gone, and my bowling game, it was not good to begin with, but it just got so much worse.
I can't bowl anymore. My fingers are too long,
My fingers
so
too fat.
they
to
get
bowl.
Penis?
stuck in the ball, and they like get pulled. So I simply cannot bowl anymore. Shit hurts.
Yeah, bowling for whatever reason, like I don't know why, but like my middle knuckles, unlike my middle finger, are I don't know how to describe it. My fingers are skinnier than those middle knuckles because I'm just a skinny guy, you know. So they get caught in the bowling balls, but like I want to find something that fits comfortably, but also, you know,
Don't want anything too big. Don't want anything too
right,
small.
right. And then my wrist hurts. Not that it's that big of a deal, but
This is going to be the awkward part of the podcast where I ask, how long have we been talking?
Roughly 40 minutes.
Oh.
all right. Now that's all.
Wait,
Wait,
your turn.
Nix, was yours also a moan, or was that like a disappointment sigh?
Yeah,
I'm gonna let you decide what that was.
To
Wait.
be honest, I thought he was keeping up that energy.
Yeah, I couldn't tell if it was like keeping up the energy or being disappointed in
he
it.
went. And I was
Okay,
like, no.
yeah.
Quickly, in case we decide to end the podcast episode 1 soon. The next episode is going to be a little less chaotic. This is kind of just an introduction to us. This is how we converse, how we talk on the day to day. So just so everybody knows, this is not anything different than how we normally talk. We're all just kind of chaotic, anyways. But in terms of future episodes, there will be a little bit more structure involved. We'll talk about some different things. We will be having future guests on. So if you want to be a guest, regardless of who you are, we would love to have guests and explain your experiences with gaming communities, how they've built friendships over the years, and how they have affected your life in terms of like where you're at now, because they do affect your personal life as well. And then I just want to give a couple shout outs to some other people who are a part of the boys but are not in this podcast specifically. First one I have to mention right off the rip is Nova, because if I don't mention him, I know he's gonna be sad, and I don't want him to be sad. So Nova, I appreciate you. And then after Nova, we have Starset. We got Daddy Soap. Shouldn't have fucking called him Daddy. His name is just Soap. But and then we have a newer one named Destroys. Those make out the rest of our boys group. So just so you guys know, Nova, Soap, Destroys, and Starset are the rest of the boys group that we have. So I love y'all, appreciate y'all. Just so you guys know. So I just want to make sure that I got that in there because they deserve to be credited for being a part of the friend group too.
That is facts.
Yes.
Okay.
Uh,
That's enough. That's enough.
All right. Yep. You know what? I hate to say it, but he's right.
I'm addicted to GTA 5 roleplay.
Oh yeah.
I'm so
Yep.
serious, dude. I'm addicted.
He really is, low key.
If you,
Yeah,
if
He
you
that's
said he
want,
really is. Recover, don't act like you ain't been doing the same shit.
I will,
You're not
I will
wrong,
hop
though.
into a Discord call with all three of you while you all just in GTA together, just doing random shit, and I'm just sitting there on YouTube or playing a different game, and all I hear is, "So, why were you swerving in that lane?" And I'm just sitting there like, "Dude, come on! I'm trying to talk about like middle-aged white women."
Oh my gosh. Side note, have you guys ever watched those compilations of just like crazy like exes, whether they're male or
Oh.
You
female?
watch that way
Yeah.
too much. You need to stop before you become one of them.
Okay,
It's
look,
giving you ideas.
I do research, okay? I want to make sure of what not to do in those situations, Like it's like I just, you know. Also, it's kind of nice
Common
knowing
sense,
that
bro.
there are other people out there whose lives are worse than mine, because it's kind of nice knowing that.
You're so weird.
Shut up.
I feel it. Chicago, if you want, I can even like, if you want to do like random Civ shit, or like I can record, like being in a GTA, the OP server.
Yeah,
And
that'd be
I
fun.
know we could put that up.
It'd be a good time.
Alright.
Okay. Well, this is the point where we get all awkward and quiet. So I think
Ha 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 ha.
that we know what time it is. It's time to say goodbye. We will see you next
Goodbye.
time.
Love you.